Hey guys, Indy with Ultimate Tool Reviews here. And the multi-tool is an excellent tool for cutting in a lot of hard to reach areas. If you're doing things like flooring or some light plumbing or even just some woodworking and carpentry, a multi-tool is going to be an excellent tool for allowing you to cut in some really hard to reach places. Pretty much no other type of cutting tool can do what a multi-tool can do. And as such, that brings the question is, should you buy an 18-volt multi-tool or can you get by with a 12-volt multi-tool? Well, this is my Makita Cxt 12-volt multi-tool. I've had this one now for a couple of years and it is overall a pretty small tool. If you look at my hand, it fits just fine. It's really not too long. Let me grab a tape measure here. And with the battery, if I'm not counting the blade, it is just under 11 inches long. So pretty small, pretty light tool. It does have speed adjustments here from a 1 to 3. And here's what it sounds like on speed 1. Pretty quiet, pretty slow there. And I can bump it all the way to speed 5, and here's what it sounds like there. So that's what it sounds like. And I've used this for a number of flooring projects, just kind of cutting in some trim. I did a few little remodel things in the bathroom. I've had to cut some PVC pipe a couple of times. And the 12-volt multi-tool has worked out just fine. I really don't ever need a multi-tool for what I do for work. Never had to bring one with me on the client's house or had to actually use one on a job site. Now, of course, that's a different story. If you're using one for a job site, definitely probably stick with the 18-volt tools for the most part. But when you're using it at home, it can be extremely useful to have a smaller, lighter multi-tool. And overall, battery life on these tools is pretty good. I think I've only ever burned like maybe 1 bar on a 2 amp hour 12-volt battery. I'm using it pretty heavily on a couple of jobs doing some flooring at my own house. If you look at it compared to like an 18-volt tool, here's the Makita 2 amp hour battery. It's 18 volt. And if you just look at the battery size here, just standing up on end, how much bigger an 18-volt tool is gonna be than the 12-volt tool is something to really take note there. So if you really do need the power of the 18-volt tool, which for the most part, if you're doing a lot of home projects, you probably don't need that power. If there is there is one project you might need that power for, let me know in the comments below what more powerful multi-tool would be useful for. That would just be for DIY at home use. Let me know. But for the most part, I've used a multi-tool like this for a number of years, just the 12-volt multi-tools. For at-home use, I probably use it a couple times a year for doing those hard to reach, unusual projects, and they work just fine. So if you're DIYing, working at home, and you don't really ever need a heavy-duty multi-tool for a job site, yeah, I would say definitely take a look at the 12 multi-tools. I know Milwaukee makes an excellent one. I don't think Dewalt makes one just yet. And then I think maybe a few other brands might have. I think Metabo and who else? Maybe Rigid has a 12 multi-tool. I haven't looked into those two 12 lines just yet. But also, one key thing to know when it comes to multi-tools is the type of blade that you're using. Pretty much all the blades will burn out pretty quick. I picked up a nice set of Dewalt Blades. They were on sale a couple Christmas sales ago, and they've held up pretty good. I've used this blade a number of times, and I make sure to use mine pretty much only on wood or PVC. I never will use these with metal because they just burn through the blades like crazy. So it's important to make sure to use a quality blade, as well as pretty much never use these things on metal. They burn through those blades so fast, and they really are not cost effective to go through metal at all. So that's pretty much what I think it's worth having a 12 multi-tool. If you're just using them for at-home use, it's totally worth having a 12 multi-tool. I don't see any reason to spend the extra money to go to an 18-volt multi-tool when this thing has never really let me down. Never really said, I need more power for this job. It's always worked out just fine. So guys, thanks for watching, and leave a comment below. Have a great day.